What's happening, boys? Welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be explaining to you how I managed to secure myself a partnership with a millionaire who generates incoming clients directly to me in exchange for a very small rev share. Now, I am in a position where I can pretty much get clients whenever I want, on tap. And how I managed to get into this situation is through a failed sales call. Now, I'm sure many of you have been using cold outreach. I'm sure many of you have had sales calls that have flopped for a multitude of reasons. In my particular case, the reason this sales call flopped is because the prospect in question did not have the money that I was asking for my services, and so the sales call ended. So you might be wondering to yourself, how has a botched up sales call landed me in a position where I have access to an unlimited supply of clients? It's really simple. But to get into it, I have to tell you a story. So it all started a few months ago, maybe about 2 months ago, I think. And I was doing outreach. I was using my outreach method, which is the best outreach method on the internet. If you haven't seen it, check out my channel. It's the best cold outreach method in the world. But I was using this cold outreach method and I got a response from a prospect. Now, to explain how I do outreach, you do really need to watch the video in question, my outreach method, but I will just briefly explain what I said and how I landed the sales call. So I messaged him. I said, "Hi X, I noticed you recently commented on a marketing ad on Facebook. Do you still need someone to write content for your socials? Not all marketing agencies can deliver results, so let me know if you're interested." So he read this a couple of days later. You'll be able to see it all on the screen. He read this a couple of days later and he messaged me back and he said, "Ha ha ha. I've just left a marketing agency to work on my own. What services do you offer?" And my response was copywriting mainly, but it also comes with effective strategy building and growth formulas. Book a call with me if you want to. And he messaged me back, he said, "Yep, I'll check it out tonight." And I said, "Thanks, no worries." So he checked it out, he booked a call with me, and a couple of days later, I got on a call with this prospect. Now, after a brief conversation, he explained to me that he used to work for a marketing agency, he did their website development, and now he has moved on to the freelance world of entrepreneurship where he offers his services as a freelancer, his own business. So while we spoke on the phone, he was very proud of the work that he did, and obviously I had to show interest in the work that he did if I wanted to secure this client. And so he started showing me his portfolio, showing me some of the websites that he had helped develop. And one of the websites in question that he helped to develop was the website that his previous employer owns. So anyway, we had a brief conversation, we carried on talking, I gave him my prices and he basically said that he couldn't afford it and he would get back to me. Now, in English, that means fuck off. So I ended the sales call. I'm not bothered about getting another sales call with this guy. If he says he doesn't have the money, it means he doesn't have the money. However, I took particular interest in his portfolio. The reason I took interest in his portfolio is because when he was showing me the website that he developed, there was no newsletter. Nowhere to be seen. And so I did some research. I thought there has to be a newsletter somewhere on this website. If I do enough digging, surely I will find it. So I went on this website and the website in question is called Monkeyfish Marketing. I will leave a screenshot of the homepage on the screen for you now. They are basically a digital marketing agency that specialize in search engine optimization as well as other website development stuff like website development and whatever else. I don't really care, I'm a copywriter. So I used a special software to find the CEO of this company, of Monkeyfish Marketing, and I reached out directly to his personal email address and I sent him a message and I said, "Hi Philip, I've been speaking with X and he told me you might be looking for a copywriter. I've had a look on your website and I have to say you definitely live up to your reputation." Glazing technique. I did, however, notice that you don't have a welcome series set up for your new subscribers to your newsletter. Would you be interested in utilizing emails to build up your clientele? Let me know. And he got back to me relatively quickly. I think it was within like 30 minutes he got back to me. He just put, "Good morning, James. Did X give you my email? We're not looking to run emails at the moment, but I'm happy to chat with you." And so that rate, my balls started tingling. I thought, yes, here we go. So I'm gonna book another sales call. So We booked a sales call. I got on the phone, I started chatting to him, and the highlight of the sales call was his interest in how I managed to find his email address. Now, he wasn't interested in my copywriting services. He wasn't interested in what I spoke about with the initial prospect. He was just heavily concerned about how I managed to get access to his email. And I basically said to him, listen, I use a secret software, and this software gives me access to any email I want. So if you want to know what it is, let me come down to the office, we can chat, I will show you the software, I will demonstrate how it works, and then we can also speak about my services that I can offer to you. And he was like, yep, great, come down to the office tomorrow. So I was like, shit, I've got to go down tomorrow, fuck. So I did all my preparations, jumped in the car, set off, and as I pulled up in the car park, I was absolutely shitting myself. When I say shitting myself, I mean there was literal hot sludge running down my leg. But as I pulled up in the car park, I sat there and I thought, if I get out of the car now and I walk into that office, breathing heavy, sweating, stinking of shit, I'm not gonna close this client. There is no way I can close this client. So I got out of the car, puffed my chest out, and I walked up to the building like Andrew fucking Tate, like I owned the entire world, like I was the boss, I was the A side. And this as well is the mindset that you have to take when you are doing any sales call or any in-person meeting. When you are trying to sign a client, you have to be the A side, whether you believe it or not. You have to be the A side, you have to be the boss. They need you. You are going to make them money, not the other way around. They are going to pay you to make them money, therefore they need you. So I walked into the office like I was the absolute don of the world, and when I sat down, I immediately relaxed because Phil, top guy, he's an absolute legend. He was very welcoming, it was very easy to talk to him, and we had a good conversation. I showed him the software that I used in order to find his email address, and he was very impressed by this software. And by the way, if you want access to this software, just check the link in the description and I'll get it sent out to you. But he was very impressed by the fact that I managed to find his email address, the initiative that I used in order to contact him directly. And so that were it. We'd had a good conversation. You know, I'd shown interest in his brand. He had shown some relative interest in what I do. And so I pitched him, right? And in my head at this moment in time, this was it. Like the deal was closed. He would not have invited me to his office if he wasn't willing to pay me for my services. So in my head, the deal was done. This was it. I was going to get paid. Another client in the bag. So I said to him, do you want me to do your emails then? And I shit you not, he looked at me, sat there for about 5 seconds in silence, straight-faced. No. What? I shit you not, that's exactly what he did, and I fucking shit myself again. All the shit that I had vacuumed back into my butthole after getting out of the car, it all just came flooding back out again. My heart started pounding. I thought, oh, I've drove all this fucking way. I've drove all this fucking way. But then he said the magic word, but. So that right then, ooh, but what? Come on, what have you got for me? And he then went on to explain that he has a plethora of clients who he does search engine optimization and website development for, but he doesn't offer copywriting services, as in content writing services. So we came up with a deal between us both, and that deal was that he would push clients towards me who need content writing, that need copywriters, and in exchange for any clients that come directly from Phil, he would get a 15% rev share. So a couple of examples of this is I've built landing pages, sales pages, I've built email sequences, all that good stuff, but we'll just use a landing page as an example. I built a landing page for a business and I charged them $1,000 for this landing page. And after they paid the invoice and after I paid Phil his 15%, I was still left with $850. $850 for 3 hours of work writing a landing page. And I get access to these clients daily. And it's gotten to a point now where I can't manage them all. So if you want to take any key takeaways from this video, it is this: stop reaching out to clients and trying to offer your services. Instead, maybe try to reach out to clients who you could strike a deal with, who have access to other clients that will pay you for work. And my mic is just disconnected, which is fucking brilliant. So if the audio's gone terrible, I do apologise, but we'll continue regardless. So, when you're reaching out to clients, don't reach out with the idea that that particular client is going to pay you. Maybe try and adjust your approach so that when you reach out to clients, you're reaching out to someone that potentially has access to multiple other clients and would give you that work in exchange for a rev share. Now, you might be thinking, oh, that sounds like a fucking job. It does, but you are still a freelancer. It is not a job, you are a freelancer. You charge your own invoices. You work when you want, you work how you want, you work when you want. You are still a freelancer, and all you do is pay a rev share, and that is it. What would you rather do? Would you rather sit there for hours and hours every day sending hundreds of outreach and getting constantly disappointed by the lack of positive results from your outreach? Or would you rather outreach to one person, partner with that business owner, and then exchange a rev share in order to get unlimited clients whenever and however you want? I know what I'd rather do, and I know what I am currently doing. I'm in a position now where I've managed to book myself my own office. I rent this office out. This is mine, where I can sit and do all my copywriting. I'm making around about £6,000 a month. In dollars, I think that's about $8,500 a month. Right now I'm in a good position, and the reason I'm in a good position is because I've landed this partnership with Phil, and by the way, he's called Philip Monk, the CEO of Monkeyfish Marketing. The only reason I'm in my position right now is because of him. So my question to you is, what type of outreach are you going to continue doing? Because if you're sending free value and emails to people and, you know, all this rubbish and expecting them to pay you, maybe offer to make them money in a different way, a way that doesn't involve them spending money. Because that's what they have to do. With copywriting, you are offering to make them money, but they have to pay you money in order for you to make them money. In this situation, they don't have to pay anything. They just get money by knowing people. You land a sales call with someone, you say, right, you're a digital marketing agency, you do website development, search engine optimization. I'm sure you've got a bunch of clients that you work for. You do their search engine optimization, you do their website development. Do you do their copywriting? No. Right. Do you want someone to do that copywriting? And in exchange, I will give you a rev share of all the work that I do, and you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is refer me. That is it. Nothing else. What do you think they're going to say? Damn right, you're gonna make them money. If you're right, listen, if you're working on a retainer, right, say you get 5 or 6 clients that are all paying you $2,000 a month, we'll say 5 just to make the maths easier. You're making 10 grand a month. You're paying the guy that gave you those clients $1,500 a month, and therefore you are left with $8,500, which is pretty much what I'm on. You're paying him $1.5 grand a month. It's $1.5 grand. It's £1,500 a month. They are not going to say no to that because they don't have to do anything. It's just extra income, extra money directly in their pocket. You have to remember as well, these businesses, the money that they make through their businesses, it doesn't all go to them. They have staff that they need to pay. They have expenses that they need to pay. They have softwares and tools that they need to pay for, and memberships, and, you know, whatever, and the rent for their office and tax. And by the end of it, they could be a 7-figure business, but they might only be taking on 10 grand a month. And that's the CEO of an 8-figure business. So trust me when I say they are not going to grumble when you offer to give them £1,500 a month or $1,500 a month, and all they have to do is say, oh, this guy's good. And that's it. Nothing else. They don't have to do any physical work. They don't have to do anything. All they have to do is say, oh, you need a copywriter, we don't offer that, but he does. And that's it. So I'll have left some screenshots either now or throughout the video of just a couple of prospects that have reached out to me directly from Phil who want my copywriting services. I think one of them, I built a landing page and a few product descriptions, and I think the other one, I've done so much work, honestly, it all comes together. So right now I've got 4 retainers. One of them is a social media retainer where I do their captions and their lead magnets on social media, and the other 3 I do email campaigns for. 2 of them, I'm doing 3 emails a week. Those clients were what I got from outreach before I met Phil. And then 1 client I have, I'm doing 1 email a week. And I also built a welcome series and a post-purchase email sequence for them. And I think I charged about $150 per email, or $100 per email, something like that. You'll see the screenshots anyway. But that is the position that I am in now. Making $8.5 grand a month, and I don't have to do anything. Again, with copywriting, you know, I've got 3 retainer clients which pay me the majority of my monthly income, and those 3 retainer clients, all I have to do is write 7 emails a week. 7 emails a week, that's 1 email a day. It takes 20 minutes to write an email. And this is why copywriting is so fucking good. Because you get paid so much money for doing such little work. And not only that, when I've got so many people messaging me because they want me to do individual projects for them, like product descriptions and sales pages and landing pages and articles and all that shit, the money is just never ending. It's never ending. And this is why copywriting is so good. So if you want to get yourself out of the pit of despair that is cold outreach, sending fucking thousands of outreach, however many you have to send every single day and getting no reply, try and adjust your approach to something similar to what I did. There's also someone else, is a very good friend of mine, it's called Grant Nelson. You can check him out on TikTok, and he has done something very similar. He signed a client, and his client invited him to his secret networking meetings. Now, I'm not really sure, you'll have to see his TikTok if you want to find out about that, but he was invited to these networking meetings, these networking events, which are in-person networking events where millionaires all tell each other how rich they are and ask each other for each other's services. And he is also in a position where he gets incoming clients, because when he goes to these networking events, he signs clients. And he got that opportunity through the client that he signed, his first ever client. So that's what you have to do. You have to get a client, and you have to use that client to get you more clients, because it will put you in a position that I am in, that Grant is in, and that many other people are also in, where you are making, you know, near $10,000 a month. I'm making more than $10,000 a month at the moment. I just talk about my rev shares. When I say I'm on 8.5 grand, they're just my retainers. Now, with the individual projects I'm doing, it's just, the money just fucking comes in. It just doesn't stop coming in, and it's the best thing in the world. It's the best thing that you can do. So that's it. I think I've waffled a little bit too much, but yeah, I don't think I've got anything else to say. I've been waffling on now for about 20 minutes. If you want to follow this channel and find out any more value, then I'm going to be releasing some steps that you can take as well in order to enhance your copywriting abilities, because one thing that I've noticed, and it really fucking pisses me off, is that each and every one of you thinks you're a copywriter because you can write a direct response email to a fitness niche. That is not realistic copywriting, but I'm going to make another video on that. So yeah, subscribe, like the video, comment, let me know what you thought of it. Check out the outreach video as well, because again, you can't put yourself in my position unless you actually get a client in the first place. So check my outreach video, get yourself that client, and start, you know, start making offers to them. Listen, I will give you money if you give me people. If you give me prospects, I will give you money. It's as simple as that. That's all you have to do. So check out the outreach video, get yourself a first client, and yeah, check the description for anything else that I've mentioned in this video. I think the software that you use to find an email, you can check the description for that. If you want to sign up to my newsletter and see how I do my copywriting, I also provide a shit ton of free value as well. I'm teaching people in my email list. I think I've got like a 75% open rate and a 35% click-through rate, because my copywriting is legendary. So if you want to check that out, sign up to the newsletter down below. You can check out my other social medias as well. I've got 60-second lessons all coming out every couple of days on TikTok. So if you want to check those 60-second lessons out as well, then that'd be brilliant. But other than that, that's it. I'm waffling, I'm talking too much. So I will see you in the next video. Peace!